Hi guys, it's Ray. Today we are going to do a alcohol ink marble type tumbler. I don't have any currently in stock, so I've got to work on a couple of those at some point here. I pulled a bunch of pinks. Let's Resin Hot Pink and Raspberry. Let's Resin Light Pink. I have my Pixiss Candy. Pixiss Bubblegum. I have Pixiss Petal, which is kind of a peachy pink, and then I have Ash and Gray Pixiss and Let's Resin to pull the color down. And then we're going to do some foil flakes. I'm going to use the copper this time around. I think the copper will go nice with the pink. And so yeah, I have a couple cups ready. I have my paintbrushes ready. And I have some just regular old 91% alcohol ready. I feel like you guys are really close, but it's just the way I'm set up today. So I'm just going to put some alcohol in a cup. That's just for blending. I'm going to set my flakes to the side because I won't need those for a bit. And I am just going to... I'm going to end up mixing some colors because I'm not going to use 6 different cups here. Not my plan anyways. So, and that had a little bit of purple on the cap, so this pink has a little darker tone to it, which may actually force me to go to 6 cups. So, I'm going to get these all opened. I am terrible about mixing my caps. You guys know this. So I'm just going to line them up here. That cap had purple on it too. I don't think I'm going to put the light, maybe. I guess I'm going to end up with 6 cups, but I only have 4 paintbrushes, so we'll see how that goes. I'm giving these ones a little bit of a shake, or a little bit of a better shake, I should say. Whoa. That one just shot out of there like a rocket. Wear gloves when you work with inks. That's why. Always wear your gloves. I put this new liner down on this desk and it's a little, it's not super flat. So my desk has a little bit of a roll to it at the moment. But I flipped over my work surface, so I'm trying to keep it a little bit neater. Alright, so I'm just going to jump in. Okay, so this is completely dry at this point. I have a little bit of Aleene's Tack It over and over in a cup. That's what I'm going to use as my adhesive. And I'm going to take a paintbrush and I'm going to pick a couple lines and put some on. They don't have to completely cover the cup. They can be bigger sections, smaller sections, whatever you want. There are no rules here. But I am going to keep them in the same direction as the ink veining. This will dry clear, so you've got your working time to let it get applied, and then you're going to kind of lose track of where you put it somewhat. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring this down a little bit more. I'm going to bring this one in to connect with that one. Going to apply it a little bit heavier through here. And a little bit more through here. So I think that's plenty. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry for 10-15 minutes. Just until I don't see any major white spots anymore. So I will be back. Okay, so I do still have a tiny little bit of the white showing, but for the most part, it should just be tacky. And I also don't really know where my lines are. So I'm gonna grab a piece of parchment quick, because these things are going to go everywhere and they're going to end up sticking to my surface. And yeah. So I'm going to scooch this up. My tweezers are like gilded at this point, this pair. But I'm going to pull some out. These jars of flakes last forever because of the way they're compacted in here. You can see how many sheets there are, just stacked and stacked and stacked. So I'm just trying to get them separated out a little bit if I can. I got these ones from Amazon. It's a 3-pack. It's the gold, the silver, and this coppery color. It says it's copper, but it kind of lends itself to working on rose gold stuff. So, but I mean, you can see that's like 6 sheets right there. It's just all so compacted in. These tweezers are terrible. Okay, so I'm just going to start laying it on, hopefully in a place that I know has some of that Tack It. You can see where there's still another sheet on there. where it's still white glue is going to be a little more difficult to remove. And if there's sticky spots to the ink still, which occasionally there are, it might stick to those. So do be aware of that as well. And I'm working with gloves because I don't really want my hands gilded. So once I get a line on, I grab another brush and brush around it. That will remove the excess from where you don't have the glue. On those veins you ran. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it. I'm going to do the rest of it in fast mode though. Okay, so there is our veining all done. I you saw me like patting it around just to make sure I got all of my spots. You don't really feel any tacky lines. And then you saw me brush over the whole cup and pick up the excess. If you wanted to, you could put this in a small cup because this would be good still in like a keychain mold or something, if you had a little extra resin when you go to do your cups or whatever. So up to you whether you want to save this little bit of leftover or not. But as you can see, I've had this jar for 3 years and it's still full. I expect to have these jars for a good 10 years. So I will be back to get resin on this in a minute. I'm going to mix that up right now, and then I'm going to get my decal cut. Like I said, I'm going to do another you might not have heard me say that because that's in the part I sped up, but this is going to get a metallic mama bear decal, just because I need some of those in the store. So you're actually going to end up seeing lots of mom decals coming soon and mom geared cups. So I will be back with the resin. Okay, I am ready to get the coat of resin on this one. I have some liquidy split mixed up. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a good coat on this and let it cure. Even though it's liquidy split, I'm going to end up letting this turn overnight because it's gotten fairly late already. So I had considered switching to the silver, but I'm glad I stuck with the copper because I actually really do like the way it ended up looking on here. Don't forget my bottom. Just gonna get a nice coat on here. It's a little thin right there, so I'm going to get some more in here. So tomorrow I will come back in for the last step, which will be the decal, which I already have cut. I just don't want to touch it because I have resin on my hand, so we will save that for tomorrow. But like I said, this was just going to be the very basic mama bear. Nothing fancy, nothing special. So I'm just going to let this turn overnight and I will be back tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to get this one finished up today. I have my decal cut. I cut this from this package of HTVRONT matte metallic. I don't know if you can see that or not. It comes in a bunch of pretty colors. And they're all beautiful. I went with the coppery one to kind of match the veining on the cup. The folks at HTVRONT were kind enough to send that to me to test out, so I did. I just cut a very simple mama bear. Like I said before, it's getting to be that time of year where I need mom tumblers stocked, so I normally don't like to vinyl with a pair of gloves on, but I don't want to take my gloves off again and switch, so I'm going to try and get this placed, and it's going to overlap some of that metallic, but I don't want the name over the metallic mostly. So scrub it down really well. And I'm not even going to give this one a rest. I'm going to go straight into my epoxy. I don't normally do that, but I want to see how the vinyl does doing that. So I have my resin mixed up, which was extremely difficult because it is super cold. And I'm just going to get a coat on here. I give this a pretty good coat. I mixed up 25 milliliters. I need to reserve a little bit for a different project that I'm finishing up. So I'm going to use about 20 on this tumbler because it is a 20-ounce skinny. So love the vinyl on this one. It really pops on that pink. So pretty. So, to review the vinyl, I used it on a couple cups the other day, you saw, or earlier in the week, I guess I should say. I absolutely love it. I like the variety of color in the pack, and I would definitely not hesitate to buy it in the future and use it again when I run out. It's a little pricey, but all of the metallics are pricey. I don't remember how much it was on Amazon, to be honest with you, but I don't think it was that much compared to paying $2, $3, $4 a sheet, depending on where you're ordering your metallics from. So, because it was in that nice big bundle with a variety of color. So I'm going to strip this glove off, and I'm going to go ahead and hit it with my heat gun real quick. Not my heat gun, my torch. I always do that. Torch. And stay back 4 to 6 inches. You don't want to cook your epoxy. You just want to bring those bubbles to the surface. I have a lot of bubbles just because I mixed this super duper cold. So that was not an unexpected result for me at this point. And I am going to heat it more than I normally would. Usually I just go once around. That was what, 2 or 3? You tell me. So that is that. I'm going to bring you down so you can see it a little better. And we will be finished with this one. And wait for that decal to come around. Look how cute that is. It goes great with that foil. If you noticed it in the bear's butt, I do have one little bump from underneath. I thought the cup was pretty smooth, but that's me, not the vinyl, not the product. That little bump right there. So, minor imperfections. I'm not terribly concerned about it. This will be a ready to sell, and they will know it's there before they even purchase it, so not the end of the world for me. But look how this looks. I am so in love with this cup. How that gray turned purple, but gorgeous. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.